Welcome everybody back to Boost in Motion, guys. And today we are going to talk about AMS Performance has come out with a new product for the Q50 Q60 and vr30 platform Nissan Z. So guys, you already know what to do. Let's jump into the video. First thing on Boost in Motion, I'm a Nissan fitting enthusiast, car enthusiast, and I report the news. So please do not shoot the messenger. So today, AMS Performance, we know this company so well on this channel because I've had my pros and cons, but I think they're a great company, even though I do talk my BS about them. But shout out to them. But anyways, anyone who's been on this channel, I've already told you guys in the past. AMS Performance, since they got their Nissan Z, they're going to start dropping some new parts in the community very, very soon. I've hinted saying they're probably going to bore that motor out to a 3.2 liter. They're going to build the transmission for the spring season. And also, I even stated they're probably going to go port injection. Well, look at it here. AMS Performance has now a new product on the market, and it's port injection lower intake manifold. So, for anyone who wants to know, I know you guys are super excited about it. Before I read about what their information states. Pretty much, port injection is another way of delivering fuel to the engine. All right, our car, the VR30, comes with direct injection. This is when the fuel releases inside the combustion chamber, which is actually better, right? Better for fuel economy. This is just where science is going when it comes to engine management and how it runs, right? But port injection is pretty much way more old school, and you can deliver even more. Well, I can't say even more fuel, but it's another way to add additional fuel, especially to performance cars. So rather than just having 6 injectors on a VR30, now you can have 12. Now, usually these type of setups will be used on, let's say, a car with upgraded turbos or a completely large full frame turbo, such as some of the turbo kits from Bonnie and Clyde, AMS, and a couple other companies that make larger turbo kits for the VR30. So technically, I'm gonna say it on video. This is only for a percent of VR30 owners out there. Most of you guys may not even look into doing this because the stock injectors or even any aftermarket injector really haven't maxed out its full performance potential yet. But knowing that the Nissan Z is here and people are going to spend, Nissan Z guys spend a little bit more money. They're going to be spending a lot more money on making the car fast. So you can see a built motor, built trans, large turbo VR30 in the future. And they're going to need something like port injection. So let's get into some of the information they dropped. The AMS Performance Nissan Z Performance Injection Lower Manifold is an ultimate fueling solution for the high power applications. Working in conjunction with our existing direct injection systems, adding port injection allows for more substantial increase in fuel compatibilities than direct injection alone. Like I said, guys, additional fuel. Simply add in your preferred size injectors, plumb your fuel lines, and set up a controller to calibrate the system accordingly. Constructed by CNC, blah 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 blah. Let's move forward. So pretty much they have a couple of bullet points here. It's CNC machined. It has injector nozzle angle designed to maximize fuel delivery to combustion chamber. So depending on how the port is designed, it's probably aimed to go inside the motor because if it's going across, it's kind of spraying on the wall. You would want it to go in directly. Designed for Bosch EV14 type injectors. So this is probably the injectors that they used and tested when they did the R&D, and that's why they are recommending them. And they're probably talking about the reliability of those injectors too. I don't know how much CCs those injectors probably deliver. They reuse OEM ring gaskets on lower intake manifolds, so it's OEM fit. Helps prevent carbon buildup on intake valves. Guys, remember, direct injection, there will be a buildup of carbon on top of the intake valves because usually with port injection they clean that stuff off. That's why port injection cars will never have that issue. But in direct injection, because the fueling is all inside the combustion chamber, all that carbon builds up on top of the intake manifolds, which in the future you'll have to get walnut blasting. To continue, they use a 6-end ports, rail ends, and full ethanol compatibility, which is really good. That means that they tested out the metal and or I would assume the paint, depending on what the finish they use, with ethanol, because ethanol is still corrosive enough that it can break up paint and or some type of metals. All right. Let me see if there's anything here else they really speak of. No, not really. So let's take a couple of looks at a couple of the photos of this, and honestly, it looks pretty good to me. AMS always makes great parts. I don't care. Even though I talk my nonsense, even though people think I'm some AMS hater, I'm really not. They always make great parts, and honestly, I love it. So this is some of the parts they made. It seemed like they powder coated it black. Looks good as it should, because AMS always goes for a quality finish, and that's why people rock with AMS. They just don't, jank things together sometimes. But nonetheless, I know they took their time to get it done right, and it looks like a really nice piece. That's super dope. I really love the fact that companies are doing stuff like this. Look at this. This is nice artwork. This is really nice artwork. I really enjoy this. So all in all, I want to say a couple things before I finish. Listen, guys, for anyone who's watching, right? Anyone who's watching, who's thinking about getting this part, and I've had people, I should open up my own online store and start selling parts, because you guys be like, Boost, should I buy this? Should I buy that? And you guys really go out there and spend the money, because honestly, I'm not making any money off of it. I'm just giving my recommendations from being in the community so long. So, as much as people say Boost doesn't have an influence, I really do. You guys spend some good money based on my opinion, and I'm really thankful of that. So thank you for always showing support. Hopefully you hit the like button. So anyways, to finish it off, you guys are gonna ask me, so Boost, should I purchase this for my vehicle? I love getting newest parts out there. This looks like a piece that I would want to add. Well, I'm gonna say it on video, and I think AMS will agree with me. If you are in stock turbo, no, this is unnecessary. Your stock injectors are perfectly fine. If you are an upgraded pure turbo, no. There's plenty of injectors that are aftermarket from different companies that can deliver enough fuel that can still keep it excuse me guys, I apologize, that can still deliver enough fuel with upgraded injectors. So you're gonna pass on that. What about, like, say, like an AMS turbo kit, or a Bonnie and Clyde, or any other of these companies that come up with this full frame larger turbo kit? I will say this clearly on video: you will be limited depending on how much horsepower and boost you're running. What I mean by that is, right now, most of the cars that are making 700, 800 wheel horsepower, um, they're still on stock injectors. Excuse me, guys. They don't have port injection, because it's still necessary, not needed. The stock system isn't fully maxed out yet. I can see that if the VR30, well, when the VR30 starts to get to 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, so on full E, where then those upgraded injectors that they have probably will come to its max amount of duty cycle, and then you may want to lean so much more into the port injection, where you can deliver a lot more fuel and stabilize the fuel system. So this is going to be for the percent of people who build their VR30. And if you're making that much power, you're running that much more boost, guess what? Guess what? Anyone who's watching on video, guess what? Guess what? You are into that freaking build. You are so deep into that build, and you have a built motor, you have a built transmission, you have all the upgraded fuel system parts. This is something for those high horsepower guys, and I don't mean 700, 800. I'm talking about four digits and counting. All right. So that's my best recommendation. And shout out to AMS for making another new part for the community. I bet you this has always been in the works. They were just waiting for the Nissan Z to really start shooting out some more parts. And it is what it is, guys. So if this was a very informative video, guys, please hit the like button, subscribe button with the bell notification. Also, you already know what to do. You can add me at boostinmotion IG, Facebook. Also, for anything referral, if you want to support and say what's up to your boy Boost, at boostinmotion@gmail.com. Otherwise than that, guys, I appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Thank you.